How to make inexpensive cornhole pitch pads. For these DIY pitch pads, we will be using 6 foot by 8 foot indoor-outdoor area rugs. The first step is to measure your rugs for accuracy. One of our rugs was actually a little bit over 8 foot long, and the other was a little bit less than 8 foot long. So therefore, we had to adjust our measurements from the actual measurements of the rugs. Boards are 4 foot long, so with the 6 foot depth of the rug, we started off by measuring up from the bottom 1 foot. This assures an area in front of the boards to protect your bags when you front board them. We used painter's tape to mark a line that was 1 inch thick, and that was below our 1 foot mark. This will be our foul line. As you can see, we had trouble getting the painter's tape to stick to the carpet. Boards are 2 foot wide, so with the 8 foot length of the rug, we will end up with approximately 3 foot wide pitch areas, including the 2 foot wide marker for the boards in the middle. 3 foot by 4 foot is the official area for ACL regulations. Since our rugs were slightly different, we measured from the center and went over 1 foot on each side. We made a 1 inch thick line from that mark with painter's tape going on the outside. If you make these marks closer to the painter's tape you already put down and then at the top of the pitch pad, it will make it easier to create a straight line with the painter's tape for your lines going straight up the boards. I removed it from the video, but we were able to get our hands on some stencils for our custom logo that we applied on each pitcher's box. These were simply centered in each pitcher's box and taped down too, so when we went to go spray, they were held tightly. And again, you can see we had trouble getting that painter's tape to stick to the rug. Don't forget to cut out the little bit of overlap you have of painter's tape where it meets. If not, you're going to have to come back and respray that when you're all done. We forgot on the one rug, but remembered on the second. Now it's time to spray inside your lines, but the first step is to shake the can. So if you have some extra kids laying around, it's a good thing to give that can to them because they really do enjoy shaking it. We used rubber sealant to make our lines. Do not use spray paint. It will look good at first, but it'll eventually start to flake and get all over everything, including your bags. Flex Seal is a good option, but if you're cheap like us, opt for the less expensive brands. You're not using this to seal water, so what do you care how good it will do? The rubber will adhere to the carpet and last a very long time. Be careful to only spray inside your lines. You can use the back and forth sweeping motion, but keep it close to the actual rug so you don't get a bunch of overspray. Also, don't put it on too thick, especially on the decal area, because you will definitely feel this while you're standing. The next step is to simply remove the tape, touch up the areas that need it, and let your pitch pads dry. I made sure to remove the tape as soon as possible. I was still wet. I was kind of afraid that the rubber sealant would actually stick to the tape and I'd have to cut it loose with a razor knife. And now it's time for the final and most important step. Set your boards up and enjoy your new pitch pads.